these two topics. The first topic that we wanted to discuss is your identity. And Laura, would you want to go ahead and share some? Because
yeah, we're just gonna jump right
yeah.
to it. So something I know that I personally have been struggling with is my self-image since this all started for me, because of the fact that I've had to be extremely sedentary. So again, hello Celestia.
Celeste, yeah. Hi, Celeste.
Yeah. Oh, it's Celeste. Okay.
Yes, Celeste.
Part of the thing for me with my disability is I have like very sensitive visual motion stimulation. So like that triggers for me all of my symptoms of like dizziness and extreme head pressure and migraine, and then I'm down for like 3 days. Like, so even like trying to go for like a 10-minute stroll around my block is like, I'll be down for 2 to 3 days. So yes. What do we do when we're like extremely sedentary, right? And it doesn't matter, you know, like I am eating healthy foods, but it's still a lot of calories when you're not doing anything. So, I mean, so my weight is just over the past, 20 months doing this. And I know we shouldn't really be totally focused on that or whatnot, but that's kind of hard when you're used to, one thing you're used to like teaching dance and being in the gym and lifting weights and all of that. And that's like, of course, we discussed last week, like being able to get stress out that way and whatnot, help your mindset. Right. But more so because I've worked in the health, registered cardiac sonographer. Internally, I know I try not to think about it, because internally I know what being sedentary does to us. It doesn't help the situation. So that is something, the guilt of carrying around extra weight. And I know I shouldn't think like this, but I kind of do. I kind of try not to get in that headspace, but I wonder, like, when people I haven't seen in a while see me and it's like, ooh, she let herself go, or things like that, you know? Not that my friends think that way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a negative thought I shouldn't entertain, but it's something that crosses my mind.
Right. And so there's definitely a guilt, so in the form of a change in your physical appearance. And I think that a lot of people can relate to that, because with an autoimmune disease, you mostly will have to take medication, especially when you've been diagnosed and you have lots of fluids in your organs or lots of inflammation in your joints. You would have to go on medication. Well, not have to, preferably.
What is your experience? What's your experience?
So my experience then is, when you take that medication, and most of the time it also includes prednisone, it will buff up your entire face. And that's definitely a change in physical appearance. And I'm not sure if it's mostly guilt, but also shame, because you look different. Just like you said, you look a couple of pounds heavier. You are a couple of pounds heavier. Whether it's and that can bring lots of insecurity as well. In my case, I was going through a postnatal period, because I just had a girl, and I could sort of like wing it off by saying that those were the extra pounds for my pregnancy. But after a couple of months, you do notice that it's still there. And in my case, it was the prednisone that I was on. And that brought lots of, not necessarily, shame because of my physical appearance, but also guilt, because in this age that we're living in, people prefer to go for an alternative route to cure something instead of just a regular medical. Exactly, pharmaceuticals. And people would immediately assume, when you have an autoimmune disease, why aren't you not going on an alternative route? Because if it's an autoimmune, you could probably fix it yourself. And for short-term use, I would always suggest medication for me, because I was in such a critical situation. But it creates a guilt feeling, a feel of shame towards others who feel that you should go on a route.
Okay, I understand that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And like you just said, it was very important. You just said for me. So I think that's very important for everybody listening to understand that you have to decide what's best for your body at the stage and situation that you're in. I don't have, I haven't been diagnosed yet. I don't have an autoimmune. We don't know what my situation is. So that's what is complicated. So it's like almost like just being in a body you just don't recognize. So like another thing besides weight gain, hey Jerry, is because I get migraines all the time, I always feel like I'm like this.
Right.
You know, like, or I'm just so tired and my eyelids, like when I was doing my Cephally device, this little like TENS like stimulation device on your trigeminal nerve, it would like make my eyebrows droop and my eyelids get like saggy over my eyes. And it'd be like that for like a day or two because it was so stimulating. So even like right now, I'm recovering from a migraine, you know. Ines got a little video of me. I had to pick up, still got to do mom things. I had to pick up my daughters, had a terrible migraine. I had my ice hat on. Just driving away, you know. But, you know, my eyes
got to do what you got to do.
This. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of always feel like I look haggard, I look tired, I look exhausted. Like I put some makeup on for y'all, so it's not the full me, but
that's a good thing that you mentioned that, because that's also a feeling of shame for me, is that I always look tired and I talk tired. So I recognize that. And I feel I'm ashamed of that too quite often. So you try to keep up the energetic, happy face, but that makes it even more tiring. You become even more tired of pretending to be not tired.
That's true. Yeah.
So I recognize that. That's a good one. That all seems to be part of physical appearance, I guess, that we're discussing right now.